Recap of Chad Powers, Season 1, Episode 4, 4th Quarter, in English. Major spoilers ahead. Setup and context. Episode title, 4th Quarter, Season 1, Episode 4. The show follows Russ Holliday, who assumes the identity of Chad Powers via prosthetics disguise as he tries to resurrect his football career with the small college team the South Georgia Catfish. In this episode, the team goes on the road for an away game. Russ, as Chad, and his mascot buddy Danny must manage a major crisis with Russ's disguised prosthetics, while interpersonal tensions build. Recap plot summary. The road trip begins. The episode opens with the Catfish team boarding the bus for an away game in Tennessee. Coach Jake Hudson sits next to Russ, still disguised as Chad, and asks him about his request to room with Danny, the mascot. This sparks Russ's first lie of the episode. He says that he and Danny are related. The attempt at cover story is awkward and sets the tone. Meanwhile, Ricky, Coach Hudson's daughter and an offensive assistant, remains in the background. Her unresolved conflict with her father, from the previous episodes, lingers. Russ notices this. The prosthetic glue crisis. During the bus ride or at the hotel check-in, the team realizes a major problem. They are out of glue needed to attach Russ's prosthetic mask for his Chad persona. Without the mask, his disguise fails. This creates immediate pressure. Bed checks at 11 p.m. mean they must have everything in order or face being excluded from the game. Russ and Danny decide to sneak out of the hotel trip to track down the special adhesive. Their mission includes car theft. They take the cheerleader Sasha's car keys, and a frantic shopping run to a Spirit Halloween store. At the store they find one last bottle of glue, but someone else, a dog mascoted fan, is using it. Danny distracts him, steals the glue, and they try to leave. The theft, injury in hospital. As they attempt to leave, they discover the Catfish branded car has been broken into. The thief stole the prosthetic mask pieces and Danny's AirPods too. Russ's attempt to chase leads to him cutting his hand on glass. They pursue the thief's location, trace the tracker, and eventually end up at a house where they pick up bits of mask pieces from the lawn driveway. Russ is bleeding, hurt, but still trying to solve the crisis. At the hospital ER, Russ is forced into confrontation with his own ego. He belittles Danny, accusing him of only being helpful because he's nothing without Chad. Danny walks away, frustrated. Russ must face his insecurities. Meanwhile, Russ steals medical glue adhesive from the hospital to use for the mask. Night before game, reconciliation and game day. Back at the hotel, Ricky bumps into Russ just as he's returning from his escapade. She recognizes or nearly recognizes him. They share a brief but meaningful interaction where he gives her advice about reconciling with her father. This encounter hints that Ricky may start to suspect Russ's double life. Russ, Danny reconcile. Danny covers for Russ during the bed check by pretending to be Chad, allowing Russ to finish the mask. They work together overnight to assemble the prosthetic and restore the Chad persona. Their teamwork succeeds. On game day, the Catfish win the match and Russ performs impressively under the mask. After the game, on the return bus, Ricky uses her phone to search for Russ Holliday online and discovers he'd vanished from the spotlight earlier, suggesting she might uncover Russ's secret. The episode ends on this tip. Themes and observations. Mask and identity. Russ is physically wearing a mask prosthetic to become Chad Powers. But emotionally the mask is beginning to crack. His ego, secrets, and past are leaking through. Friendship and teamwork. Initially Russ dismisses Danny, but by the end acknowledges Danny's value, so there's character growth in their partnership. Secrets and suspicion. Ricky's interaction and her online sleuthing suggest the secret identity storyline may become a major arc. The mask may not hold forever. Pressures behind the performance. The prosthetic glue crisis is comedic but symbolic. The foundation glue behind Russ's new persona is weak and unreliable, just like his motivations and disguise. Comedy plus heart. The episode blends farcical elements, glue shortage, stolen car, dog mascot showdown, with emotional ones, Russ's wounded ego, Danny's frustration, Ricky's father conflict. My take, summary thoughts. Episode 4 is perhaps the funniest and most singular in the season so far. It leans heavily into comedy and the road trip gone wrong trope, but within that it pushes forward important character arcs. Russ's vulnerability, his dependence on Danny, and the cracks in the Chad facade become very clear. Ricky's potential suspicion adds future tension. And the Catfish team trip context gives a backdrop that's simultaneously silly and revealing. While the episode might feel lighter on football action, the game happens but most time is spent off-field. It is rich in character and sets up major arcs for the rest of the season. If you enjoy shows that mix sports, identity, disguise and heart, this episode is a highlight.